Hey guys, so in this video, we're going to talking about what is the sign to a multiplication or a division problem. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of tools. We did talk about these in class, but these are this is just a review on when we are multiplying and dividing positive and negative numbers, what our answer is going to be. What is the sign of our answer? Okay, so now there are four possible situations when you're multiplying positive and negative or dividing positive and negative numbers. Okay, so you can have a positive number being multiplied or divided by another positive number. So if you have two positive numbers being multiplied or divided, that's pretty basic. That's what you guys have the most experience with. Our answer is still going to be positive. If you have a negative number being multiplied or divided by another negative number. Now you're going to want to say your answer is negative because we're seeing all these negatives, but your answer is actually still going to be positive. Okay? Another situation is if you have a positive number being multiplied or divided by a negative number. That is going to give you a negative answer, or a negative being multiplied or divided by a positive number. Okay, that's also going to give you a negative. So if you have one negative number in that little equation, then your answer is going to be negative. If you have the same two positives or two negatives, your answer is going to be positive. Okay, so whenever you have just one negative, like right there or right here, your answer is going to be negative. Okay, so matchings are going to be positive, mismatch, negative. Now I have two tools to help you with determining if your answer is going to be positive or negative. And now, why do you need to know that? It does help you with solving the problem, but it is also a good way to quickly omit wrong answer choices. Okay, so you can look at some answer choices and they could just be false. So if it's not a true statement, then that can't possibly be your answer. So it's a good way to narrow down to figure out what your right answer is. So there's two tools. The first tool is we are going to draw some faces here. Okay, and now the eyes are going to be our sign. So if you had a positive number being multiplied or divided by another positive, we're going to draw two positive eyes. And because the eyes match, it's going to be a smiley face, and it's going to be a positive answer. If you have a negative number being multiplied or divided by another negative number, the eyes match, it's going to be smiling. So these are going to give you positive answers. Okay, the other possibility is if you have a positive number being multiplied or divided by a negative, those eyes are mismatched. They don't match, it's going to be sad. Or if you had a negative number being multiplied or divided by a positive number, mismatched eyes, it's going to be sad. So these answers are going to be negative. Okay? So positive, positive, or negative, negative, right? The eyes match, they're going to be positive answers, these matching eyes. If the eyes do not match, they mismatch there, then they're going to be negative answers. Tool number 2 is a triangle tool, okay? So you're going to start off by drawing a triangle on your paper. Now we know positive numbers, if it's two positives, then we know our answer is going to be positive. So this tool doesn't really include this first face right here with two positive numbers. Okay, but this tool, so you're going to draw a triangle, you're going to draw a plus on the top and then two minuses. Now what you're going to do is you're going to use your finger. I'm going to just use the circle here to represent your finger. But what we're going to do is you are going to cover up the signs of your problem. So if you had a positive number, so you're going to cover up that positive, being multiplied or divided by a negative number, so cover up that negative, your answer is what is remaining. So your answer is going to be negative. If you had a negative number being multiplied or divided by a negative, so you're going to use your fingers and cover up those two signs, your answer is what is left over, so your answer is going to be positive. Okay, or if you had a negative and a positive, your answer is going to be negative. Okay, so these are two tools for you. You have the faces and then you have the triangle. Okay, so let's do some examples here. All right, so these are our four possible situations. All the four different combinations of having positive and negative numbers. So our first one, let's look at our top left right here, 8 times 4. Okay, so we're going to do the faces here. If we were going to draw our face, we had a positive 8, a positive 4. That's matching eyes, so we know our answer is going to be a positive number. Okay, let's look at our second situation here. A negative 8, same thing, I'm going to draw my face. A negative 8 with a positive 4. Mismatched eyes. It's sad, it's going to be a negative answer. Let's keep going. We have a positive 8 being multiplied by a negative 4. It's going to be sad, mismatched eyes. That's going to be negative. And then our last situation here, if we had a negative 8 being multiplied by a negative 4, so both negatives, but our eyes match, it's going to be a smiling face. So our answer is going to be positive. Okay? So I have, let's see, I've got some problems for us to practice with. Now you can do this on your own. You can pause the video and practice and let me know what your answer is as I go over them. So this first one, negative 3 times 4, negative 3, positive 4. Our answer is going to be negative, and then I know 3 times 4 is 12, so it's going to be negative 12. And our next one, negative 8 times negative 2. Our eyes match, it's going to be a positive number, 8 times 2, 16, positive 16. Okay, 4 times 8. This one, we know they're just two positives, so it's going to be smiling. Just a positive 32. Okay, let's keep going. Positive 9, positive 2. It's going to be a positive number. Just two positive numbers. Our answer is going to be positive as well, 18. A negative 4 and a positive 6. All right, so we got mismatch here. It's sad. It's going to be a negative number. Negative 4 times 6, negative 24. And then right here, a positive 20 and a negative 2. Mismatched eyes. It's going to be sad. It's going to be a negative number. It's going to be negative 40. Okay. Now, don't forget, this applies to multiplication and division. So I'm going to do another 6 practice problems. You can pause this video and practice these if you like. Okay. Here we go. I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to do our faces. So we have a positive 10 being divided by a positive 5, two positives, still going to be a positive answer, so positive 2. We have a negative 15 divided by negative 3, matching eyes, still going to be positive, so it's going to be positive 5. Okay, negative 4 and a negative 2, matching eyes, smiley face, it's going to be positive 2. Positive 18 divided by a positive 9, matching face, positive 2. Positive 14 divided by a negative mismatched eyes, sad face is going to be negative 7. Okay, negative 14 being divided by negative 7. They're both negative, but that means matching eyes, so our answer is going to be a positive 2. Okay, so this was some practice determining if our answer, our product, or our quotients are going to be positive or negative. And again, this applies, these tips can be helpful for multiplying and dividing. Alrighty, see you later.